Hello everyone, welcome back to Roblox, and today we're playing Grow a Garden. In this video, I decided to check out the summer shop and see what kinds of plants and eggs we can buy there. Honestly, I've been waiting for this, because shops like these always make the game more exciting. You never know what you'll get, and there's always a chance to find something really rare. So let's dive in and see what this summer store has to offer. The very first thing that catches my eye is the plants. For me, plants in this game have always been something special. On one hand, they're just decorations that make your garden prettier, but on the other hand, they're actually really useful. Some plants boost growth speed, some increase your harvest, and some are just there to look beautiful. I remember when I bought my very first rare sunflower. I thought it was just for decoration. But then I realized it actually made harvesting faster. And from that moment on, I knew every plant in this game can be a secret little boost. Take this plant I just bought, for example. At first glance, it looks simple, but when you plant it next to others, it actually increases their effect. Here's a little pro tip. The more identical plants you place side by side, the faster they'll grow. You don't always notice it right away, but if you compare two gardens, one filled with random plants and another with several of the same type, the second one usually grows much quicker. So it's not always about rarity, sometimes it's about strategy. By the way, let me know in the comments which plant is your personal favorite in this game. For the longest time, mine was bamboo, just because it looked so cool and unusual. But then I discovered seasonal flowers, and those quickly became my top picks. I especially love it when the garden ends up looking like a rainbow. Now, let's move on to eggs. This is a whole different story. Eggs are all about surprise. You never know if you're going to get a common pet or a rare one. I remember once I bought 3 eggs in a row thinking, okay, it'll probably be the usual stuff. The first egg hatched into a common pet. The second one too. At that point, I was already a bit disappointed. But then I opened the third egg, and it was an epic pet that doubled my harvests. That was such a great moment. So don't get discouraged if you only get common pets at first. The good ones do come eventually. There's another interesting thing with eggs. If you open them in batches, your chances of getting something rare seem to be higher. At least, that's what I've noticed. When I open eggs one at a time, I almost always get the simplest pets. But when I save up and open several in a row, I usually get something much cooler. Maybe it's just luck, but it works for me. Try it yourself and let me know how it goes. Pets in this game aren't just cute little animals. Each one has its own unique function. One might boost plant growth, another increases the coins you earn, and another gives you a chance to get rare fruits. And here's something that many beginners don't realize. Pets can actually be leveled up. The longer a pet works in your garden, the more experience it gains. And once they hit certain levels, they unlock hidden abilities. So don't rush to swap out your pets too often. Sometimes it's better to invest in leveling up the ones you already have. I just bought another egg. I wonder what's inside. There's always this moment of suspense. What if it's something legendary? Honestly, I always get a little nervous opening eggs. And even if it's just a common pet, it's still fun, because they're useful anyway. But if it turns out to be something rare, oh man, that's when the excitement really hits. Now let's get back to plants for a bit. The summer shop also has special seasonal plants, and that's really cool. They're only available for a limited time. And once the event ends, you can't buy them anymore. I always try to grab seasonal plants, because they make the garden feel unique. For example, I still have a flower from the spring event, and every time I see it, it reminds me of that season. The garden isn't just about progress, it's also like a collection of memories. Here's another secret. If you combine seasonal plants with regular ones, you can sometimes get a bonus to your harvest. For example, 3 summer plants plus 1 basic plant can give you faster growth. This isn't written anywhere, but players have figured it out. So don't be afraid to experiment. Plant different combos and see what happens. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to discover a new hidden trick. Another thing I really enjoy is just watching the garden transform after each purchase. At first, one plant doesn't make a huge difference, but as you keep adding more, the whole picture comes to life. It's especially satisfying when you place different flowers side by side, and the garden suddenly explodes with color. I even have this little habit. After every new purchase, I walk around my garden just to admire how it looks now. It's both relaxing and motivating. With eggs, I have a different habit. I always try to guess what's inside before I open them. Sometimes I'll think, this one has to be rare. And most of the time I'm wrong. But when I'm right, the happiness is double. Try it for yourself. It makes the whole process more fun. Overall, the summer shop is such a great addition to the game. There are new plants, new eggs, and every player can find something that suits their style. The most important thing is not to rush and spend everything all at once. It's better to think ahead a little. What's more useful for you right now? If you don't have many pets yet, then eggs should be your priority. But if you want to make your garden colorful and unique, then go for the plants. So that's everything I picked up today. The new plants will soon take their places in my garden, and the eggs will bring me some new pets. I can't wait to see what hatches out of them, because that's always the most exciting part. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Don't forget to comment below what you would buy first from the summer shop. See you in the next video, and may your harvest be rich and your pets always rare.